Hello, I hope that everyone under the sound of my voice is doing great. A Christian decided I was slighting the reputations of evangelicals in my last video. So let me say this. Evangelicals, I believe, vote largely 3-1 Republican. I reason the Republicans have proven they like big government, as long as they are in charge of it. We also know about them that today's party tolerates and promotes bigotry. In short, they allow the wrong voices to dominate and influence policy debates. This brings me to Robert Jeffress, a lovely gent. Yes, he stated in 2008, during the sermon entitled, "Gay is Not Okay." By the way, you can reference this in Michael J. Mooney's January 2012 article for D Magazine. I believe it was titled, let me think here, How First Baptist Robert Jeffress Ordained Himself to Lead America. Okay, he stated, quote, what they, speaking of homosexuals, what they do is filthy. It is so degrading that it is beyond description, and it is their filthy behavior that explains why they are so much more prone to disease, end quote. Recently, he claimed, quote, as an American, I also realize that no nation can survive that condones what God has condemned. And God has condemned homosexuality, just like he does adultery or premarital sex, as being wrong, and as a nation, we cannot be blessed by God if we're rejecting God, end quote. Now, I will measure my words carefully. I know how easy humans can be manipulated. I do not want to participate in demonizing this group, evangelicals. I have not met every member of the evangelical group. I do know that they leave a trail of visible odium in regards to certain ideas in which their leaders will share with the public. Members who are truly concerned about people like me who look closely at their leaders should truly be concerned about their leaders and how they are setting them up for persecution. I have no problem when one thinks they are free from error. This is if they can establish the validity of that rationalized mental attitude and not behave like a pesky prick. Even though I see them as faulty in some of their assessments of people and groups, I know they have a right to shoulder their belief. The problem with certain believers is that their article of faith or characteristic mental attitude can lead them to unjust severity. I will not be tolerant of another's excessive behavior. It is best to detach from people who have proven themselves to be extreme. The National Association for Evangelicals states clearly, quote, evangelicals believe that government is a gift from God for the common good. Good governance creates the conditions in which human beings fulfill their responsibilities as God's image bearers and as stewards of God's creation, end quote. This need, this drive to guide the nation towards what they think to be God's plan is a ticking time bomb. Yet, some Republicans, though they realize this subset is creating a schism within the conservative movement, refuses to detach. Fact is, I cannot endorse the Michelle Bachmans of the world. They do not hide their crazy. They paint a clear picture of homophobia, racism, and misogyny. Their spin on biblical interpretation is their fuel. Fuel they hope will lead to domination. Now you can say no one is raising the specter of religious laws, so just settle down. I say what makes moral law is within the minds and hearts of moral men, not religion, and that you do not need a God or religion to be moral. Certain people of the book are to be feared when they show you what they are made of. when they show you who they are. I refuse to allow tolerance to make me guilty by association once I know who they are. So, no, I am not attempting to diminish the character of evangelicals or Christians. One of my guiding principles is to allow people to show me who they are and to use the information that they show me or even hide from me, to use that knowledge which was acquired by experience to judge them appropriately. I am, however, not foolish enough to think separation of church and state has never separated religion from politics. I comprehend that I must be mindful of the beliefs of politicians and influential pastors, for they can have public consequences. Thank you so much for your time. Be well.